am Emmanuela Akwaya, and here are the headlines. Turaki vows to redeem PDP, heads to Supreme Court. Relax, your security is guaranteed, Governor Alia assures Benue indigents. Police arrest lawmaker over wife battery. The leadership crisis rocking the People's Democratic Party deepened yesterday as the Court of Appeal in Abuja affirmed the nullification of the party's controversial National Convention held in Ibadan, Oyo State, even as the Tamino Turaki-led faction announced plans to challenge the judgment at the Supreme Court. In an unanimous decision, a three-member panel of the Appellate Court led by Justice Mohammed Danjuman upheld an earlier judgment of the Federal High Court delivered by Justice James Omotosho, which restrained the Independent National Electoral Commission from recognizing the outcome of the November 15 to 16, 2025 convention. The Appellate Court ruled that the PDP failed to comply with stationary requirements before proceeding with the convention that produced a factional leadership headed by Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Tamino Turaki, as national chairman. The court also upheld the suspension of the party's former national secretary, Senator Samuel Anyanwu, National Legal Advisor, Kamaldeen Ajibade, Deputy Legal Advisor, Okechukwu Osua, and National Organizing Secretary, Omar Rubacho. Justice Omotosho had earlier ruled that the party violated its constitution and the Electoral Act by failing to conduct valid state congresses in 14 states prior to the convention, thereby making it impossible to produce legitimate delegates. Consequently, the Appellate Court dismissed the appeal marked CA-ABJ CB 1613-2025 filed by the Turaki-led faction, affirming that the lower court probably assumed jurisdiction since the case involved compliance with the Electoral Act, the 1999 Constitution, and INEC guidelines. Governor Hyacinth Alia has vowed to deal with insecurity and restore lasting peace in Benue State. This is contained in a statement on Monday in Makurdi, signed by Solomon Yope, his technical advisor on media, publicity, and strategic communication. The governor made the declaration while receiving briefing on the successful deployment and reinforcement of security personnel to troubled areas in Kwandi and other affected local governments in the state. Alia said that the perpetrators of insecurity in the state must be brought to justice. He said the additional deployment is only the beginning of a decisive clampdown on insecurity, adding that his administration would not rest until absolute peace is achieved. He assured the people of the state that his government is working tirelessly to ensure their safety and security, reiterating his commitment to leave no stone unturned in the pursuit of peace. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board has remitted a total of 1,570,671,200 naira to computer-based test centers that participated in the 2026 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination. The disclosure was contained in a bulletin released by the board and signed by its public communication advisor, Fabian Benjamin. JAM said the payment represents the 700 naira registration fee collected on behalf of CBT centers from candidates during the UTME registration exam. It explained that it collects the 700 naira registration fee together with the e-PIN registration charge and remits the total directly to accredited CBT centers on a weekly basis. Government workers drawn from 18 council areas of Cross River on Monday staged a peaceful protest over 11 months unpaid salaries. The workers, who said they were newly employed staff members under the Cross River State Unified Local Government Service Commission, appealed to the governor for intervention. The protesting workers, carrying placards with various inscriptions, emphasized that they have not been paid since April 2025. They also bemoaned not being enrolled into the state's payroll despite being duly employed by the government. Speaking during the protest, One of the workers who identified himself as Paul Agbo said the demonstration was aimed at drawing the attention of the state governments to their plight. In a written appeal addressed to the governor, the workers thanked the administration for the employment opportunity, but said the continued non-payment of salaries had created severe hardship for them. They noted that some of them had abandoned small private businesses and relocated from distant communities to take up government appointments, only to face financial hardship due to the delay in salary payments. Responding to the protesters, Professor Anthony Owan Eno, the secretary to the state government, assured them that the government was already addressing the issue. Owan Eno acknowledged the workers' right to protest and disclosed that the state government had already held several meetings to resolve the matter. Asset will be back after the short break. Stay tuned.
Mom, 20,000 naira for that video game I told you about.
20,000?
Yeah.
Didn't your dad just give you money?
Yeah, but I need more for this new release.
My hands are busy. Go ahead, send it yourself. 20,000, okay?
Facial verification. What the?
Forgot to mention, your dad taught me how to set it up in order to avoid sending large sum of money accidentally.
Come on.
You think you can assault me the way your sister did with your dad? You are lucky I'm always sending it. This boy.
With OPay's large transaction shield, your face is the only access. OPay, beyond banking.
Welcome back from the break. The Dangote Petroleum Refinery has increased the gas strip price of premium motor spirits (PMS), popularly known as petrol, to 1,175 naira per litre, making the third upward adjustment in fuel prices within 1 week, and raising fresh concerns over a possible sharp escalation in pump prices nationwide. The latest revision communicated to marketers and depot operators on Monday represents an increase of 108 naira from the 99.5 naira per litre ex-depot price announced on Friday. Industry sources said the refinery also reviewed the gas strip price of automotive gas oil, commonly known as diesel, upward to 1,620 naira per litre. The development follows earlier price adjustments that saw the refinery raise petrol prices from 774 naira to 995 naira per litre last week, amid growing volatility in the global oil market. Crude oil prices have also climbed sharply, hitting $104.4 per barrel from $92.69 recorded a day earlier, largely driven by escalating tensions in the Middle East. Police operatives have arrested the lawmaker representing Obo Brawan in the Cross River State House of Assembly, Ovat Agbo, for allegedly beating his wife. The Cross River State Police Public Relations Officer, ASP Sunday Eitupo, confirmed the lawmaker's arrest on Monday, March 9, 2026. Eitupo said Agbo was arrested on Monday morning, adding that the lawmaker is with the State Criminal Investigation Department undergoing interrogation on the allegation of domestic violence. The beating had elicited reactions from many residents across the state. The Cross River State House of Assembly had suspected the lawmaker last Thursday over the incident. In the motion, the House condemned the alleged violent behavior involving Agbo, describing it as conduct unbecoming of a lawmaker and contrary to the ethical standards expected of members of the legislative arm of government. After deliberations, the House resolved that Agbo be placed on indefinite suspension from all legislative activities. The House also approved the constitution of a committee to investigate the matter and report its findings back to the lawmakers for further legislative action. Iran has named Mojtaba Khamenei as the country's new supreme leader, following the killing of his father Ali Khamenei. The decision was announced on Sunday by the Assembly of Experts, the clerical body responsible under Iran's constitution for selecting the country's supreme leader. In a statement circulated by state media, the assembly said Mojtaba Mani was chosen after what it described as a decisive vote. The statement urged Iranians, especially the elites and intellectuals of the seminaries and universities, to pledge allegiance to the leadership and help preserve national unity. The appointment comes days after the death of Ali Khamenei, who had served as Iran's supreme leader since 1989. He was reportedly killed on February 28 during a joint military operation by the United States and Israel targeting leadership sites in Tehran amid escalating regional tensions. Galatasaray coach Okan Buruk has set a target for his players ahead of tonight's clash with Liverpool in the Champions League round of 16 first legs in Istanbul, with the second leg in a week later. Victor Osimhen's penalty made a difference with the two sides played against each other in the group stages. Both teams were drawn against each other during the knockout stage draw, having previously met in the group stage after Galatasaray overcame Juventus during the playoff. Galatasaray will play at home first because they qualified through the playoffs, while Liverpool finished in the top 8 on the 36-team table. But while speaking to the media ahead of the match, Coach Buruk set clear objectives for his players before the first leg in Istanbul. Buruk wants his players to take charge of their home advantage and secure a good result to make their progress to the next round easier in the second leg. And that's the news at this hour. Do follow us on all our social media handles for more news and programs. On behalf of the news crew, I am Emmanuela Akwaya.